Good afternoon. I'm here to share with you your independent math lesson today. And this one's pretty fun. You just get to explore. I don't know if you remember the very beginning of kindergarten, but the very first few days of your math was just exploring the different materials that we had available for you in the classroom. That's normally what we do in first grade too. We just kind of explore our new materials. But since we're not in a regular classroom, and I don't have things like pattern blocks or counting bears to share with you, you get to explore them virtually on the computer. So I'm going to read the lesson below and show you how to get to the virtual math manipulatives for today's lesson. We'll use these manipulatives throughout the year. You can use them independently when you're working. We might use them for part of a lesson. So I want you to be familiar with how to get to them and how they work. So let's read together. You do not need any supplies for this lesson. So just your computer and your smart brain. So we will use lots of math manipulatives this year. I bet you used a bunch of them in kindergarten too. Things like counting bears, snap cubes, and pattern blocks are all examples of manipulatives. Since you won't have math manipulatives at home, we have a collection for you to use online. So step 1 says go to our virtual math lab by clicking here. So we're going to click there, and our virtual math lab is going to load up. And if you take a look at our virtual math lab, look at all of the different materials that are here for you. We have geoboards, I bet you remember those from kindergarten, snap cubes, dice, teddy bear counters, shapes, marbles, money, a reckon rack, 10 frames. You've used most of these materials before, but you may not have used them on the computer. So we want to give you an opportunity to explore them. And when I say explore, I really mean explore. Just you can click on whatever you would like and look at the different manipulatives we have available. For example, I'm going to click on these snap cubes because we use snap cubes a ton in first grade. I know you have some snap cubes in your supply bag that you picked up earlier, but these are the virtual ones. So if you take a look, all it is a blue screen, and off to the side here, we have snap cubes. Okay? And you might want to take some time building with those. Maybe you're going to make a pattern, whatever you choose. When you want to go back to our math lab, you come up and click the X of the page you're on, and now you're back to the math lab again. Let's try a different manipulative. Let's say we want to try geoboards. Those were the boards that we use with the rubber bands. So there's your geoboard. Let's say I'm going to choose a red rubber band, and I'm going to make a triangle. And so maybe you want to explore the geoboards and you want to see all of the different shapes that you can make with your geoboard. However you want to explore is fine. When you're finished exploring a certain tool, you come click the X that you're on, and you're back to the math lab. There's also some computers here at the top. These are fine to click on as well. They are just other math learning opportunities. So there's a clock and a number line and number frames. So you're welcome to try those out as much as you want. If we go back to our lesson, step 2, after you explore the virtual lab, it says choose at least 4 manipulatives to explore. That means I want you to try at least 4 different sections, 4 different manipulatives, 4 different clicks to explore what's there. You can definitely do more if you want. If you're like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, you can click on all of it. It's fine with me. I just want you to have the opportunity to explore. See if you can find some familiar manipulatives from last year. So by familiar, I mean things that you already have used before, like maybe the snap cubes or the geoboards. And then try to find some new ones as well, things that maybe you don't have experience with that you haven't used before. And that's all your assignment is for today. We'll actually have this assignment a few times because we really want you to become familiar with the manipulatives that we'll be using this year. Have fun exploring.